So what is going on, guys, and welcome back to the second episode of the Borussia Dortmund career mode. And I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of you guys that had watched the last video and left your likes and comments, as it really helped me out. And as you see there, we got confirmation that we had sold Marcel Schmelzer to Arsenal for £5.5 million, and we got 3.3 million put towards into our contract or into our bid thing. And we do then have a contract offer accepted for what's his name, Aidan McGeady, and he will be a crucial first team player, as he is one of the players I'm going to be looking forward to using. And as you saw in the last episode as well, we also put in an offer for Luke Shaw, because we knew that we were going to be selling Schmelzer, and we just get the thing there saying about the international management offer, that just letting us know that we could become an international management manager, to be honest. I have been thinking about the goalkeeper's position, and my decision has been to buy a new goalkeeper, but a transfer offer was accepted where they want 2.8 million, which I'm prepared to pay. They want 300,000 more, so that's fine. I will pay that for Luke Shaw, who's 69 and he's only 16, which is absolutely incredible. And the goalkeeper that I want to buy is, here we go. He has got very good potential, and his name is Jack Butland. He starts off around about 70 something. I'll be hoping it's 77 up, but I don't think it's going to be that much. But I do know he's got a potential around about 80, 82, 83, and I know some people have actually managed to get him up to 85. As you see there, he is 71, but he's only 19, so he is one goalkeeper that I'm really looking forward to bringing in. And the thing is, I've just found out we cannot buy Butland because he is on loan at Birmingham City. So that's not very good news for us. So we're going to have to think about another goalkeeper that's not Jack Butland, because I've just found out he's on loan at Birmingham, and that's not really that good, and I don't know what we're doing here. Yeah, because I don't want to keep Weidenfeller. He's 82, but I won't get a lot of money for him. So, and I'd like De Gea or someone like that, but they're just miles too expensive. They're too expensive for me to buy. And as you see there, we do get the offer accepted for Aidan McGeady, and Aidan McGeady signs the contract, and he is our first signing of our Borussia Dortmund career. And Chelsea target Borussia Dortmund's Lewandowski. This is not good. We do not want Lewandowski to go, because he is going to be one of my key strikers, and I really don't want him to go, so I'm going to do everything I possibly can to try and hold on to him, and to try and make sure that he does not leave Borussia Dortmund and go to Chelsea. So there has been goalkeepers like Leali, Leno. There's been a few goalkeepers like that are good. Anyway, we do get the transfer offer accepted for Luke Shaw here, and he's only on 2,000 a week. So we do then offer 4,000 for him. We have a 5-year deal, and he's going to be a crucial first team player. And as you see there, his birthday must have been recently, because he's just gone up, and we've seen a transfer offer for Lewandowski for 21 million from Real Madrid, and if they want him, they're going to have to pay 50 million. So there's a 50 million price tag on his head if anyone wants him, because he's only 23 and he's 85 rated, and I know he does go up quite a bit. So I am hoping that we will be able to keep him, because otherwise I'll have to go out into the transfer market and to try and bring in a new striker. And we do then get another transfer offer for Robert Lewandowski, and this time it was from Chelsea, and 49,500,000 if they want him. The reason why I don't want to let him go is because he's cheap. He's not cheap, because he's young and he's very good rated, and I'm looking forward to using him. And I don't really want to be bringing in another striker, even though we've got Marco Reus as well. So we're going to have to figure out what formation to play, because we have got Marco Reus and we've got Luke Shaw, so we're going to have to play like a 4-1-3-2, something like that. And Chelsea have decided that 49 million was too expensive for the Borussia Dortmund man, Lewandowski. So we do advance on further here, and I'm still thinking about what goalkeeper to buy, and we do then get a transfer offer from Marvin Dukes. Oh, but it's a loan offer, so he can go on loan because I'm not that bothered, to be honest, because I'm not going to be using him, so there's no point me keeping him. Just confirmation there of the players just being loaned. And PSG, there are also in talks to buy a striker, sorry. Sorry, I've got a hair in my mouth, I'm trying to get it out. Anyway, so the goalkeeper, going back to the goalkeeper, is it, I think it's Lieli. Let's just go into the transfers and let's buy a player and to see if it is Lili, because it rings a bell. Leali, I think it is. So let's just search for that and see if any goalkeeper comes up. I know there's a goalkeeper called Leno as well, something like that. Because the thing is, if you buy a goalkeeper that's already, as you see there, Nicola Lili, he is 67 rated, but I think he's not good enough rated. I can't take too much risk with a 67 rated goalkeeper. So meanwhile, what I've decided is that we are going to bring in Ben Foster until we get Jack Butland. Ben Foster is a very good goalkeeper and he makes some crucial saves, and I like him. He's British, and that's really the main reason to tie us round over until we get Jack Butland. As you see there, he's a 78 rated goalkeeper as well. He's 29, but I'm not too bothered. He is a very good goalkeeper, so we are going to approach West Brom to buy him, and we will offer 4.5 million. And it just says there, this player has recently joined the club and won't move again. So there are two goalkeepers that I really wanted, and the last goalkeeper that I had in mind was Ben Ormwick. He is also a very good goalkeeper, but the thing is, once again, his rating isn't that good. So we're going to have to see if we can try and find a reasonably good goalkeeper for a reasonably good price. So we're going on here and we're searching, and this episode will probably be quite a long episode. And as you see there, Ben Ormwick, 64 rated. I can't take a chance with him either. So I will just advance further on, and it will have to be in the next episode that I'll buy a goalkeeper, because De Gea has come to mind, but he is quite expensive. He's 12 million. 12 million to buy on a thing's quite hard, and they can't agree to conditions because they don't think you can actually give me the role that we have offered, which I would. Okay, I'll put him down as an important first team player, because he will be playing every week, so I don't know why he doesn't believe me. Obviously because he doesn't think that he's going to be getting in the team, and we do then get transfer offers for him, which we'll accept that because that's loan, and there's also one for Robert Lewandowski from Tottenham, and once again I'll just reject that because I know they're not going to pay the fees, unless they would offer me Gareth Bale or something ridiculous like that. If they offered me Gareth Bale, I wouldn't even think about it, I'd just accept it straight away. But that's besides the point. This episode is actually going to be around about 20 minutes long, because as you see there, we are in the 8th minute there. And Neven Subotic, we got a transfer off of him, and I'm afraid we're just going to accept that for 8,500,000. And it is our chance now to go into the transfers and to try and find a good centre back And so, first of all, what we're going to do, we're going to set their age to around about maximum 23, and they need to be a centre back. There we go. So, a centre back under 23 would be good. Hopefully, they might be able to find some good ones that are under the age of 23 and that look like they have quite good potential. So there is Holger Badstuber, who's quite good. Varane, who I am very interested in, but he is a lot of money. So let's try and find one. So Jerome Boateng, there we go. We have found the man that we want. Jerome Boateng is going to be the guy that I'm going to go in and try and lure away from FC Bayern. So I think he will be a good addition to the team, and hopefully we will be able to get him in. But as you know, they are actually my rivals, so it will be quite hard to lure him in. And yeah, so there is Kyriakos Papidopoulos, yeah, that's his name. He is also very good, but he's got very high aggression. And we'll also put in an offer for this guy here. Who looks quite good as well. That they say that he's got that something special. So here we go. So the goalkeeper thing, once again, I'm just going to have to go back to that. And as you know, that the transfer period is probably the most time. It's probably the funnest time, but it's the most time that takes the most hard work, etc. Because as you know, I am actually doing this live. So the reason is because you don't want to go too far ahead because of what people might suggest to you. And we do get 5 million allocated to us, and we do get a transfer offer from Matt Hummels, who is definitely not going to be going. I don't care what they say, they're not taking Matt Hummels away from me. No way in a million years. So I don't think that they're going to accept the offer for Jerome Boateng here, and as you see there, the contract offer was declined once again because he still doesn't think that he's going to get that role at the club. So, once again, let's go in and let's put a squad rotation player then, if that's what he wants to be. If he wants to be a squad rotation player, he can be a squad rotation player. We do then get transfer offer for Patrick Omeliela, who we do go on to accept because they offered something ridiculous of 550,000, which is pretty diabolical. But to be honest, I'm not that bothered. He is quite old, so he's not going to be getting in my team whether he stayed or not. And even if he gets in their team, he'll only be there for 1 or 2 seasons max. The transfer offer was then acceptable for both of these. They want 10 million for him, and they want 14 million for him. So I am going to go in and I'm going to offer 10 million for Jerome Boateng. And hopefully he will then, or Bayern will then accept that, and we'll be able to lure him away from the squad from Bayern and bring him into the Borussia Dortmund squad. So there is also a few places that I would like to improve on the substitute bench. So I'm going to have a look at them, and we do then get an offer to buy Sebastian Kerr, who we are going to accept that as well for 1,700,000. So now we're going to go into the transfers, and we're going to look for someone that has got something special, and we're going to look for someone that's under the age of 20. It doesn't matter what position they're playing. I just want someone that's good around the 2 million mark, somewhere around there. That I will get a lot of. I'll be able to play a lot, you know. So there's Paul Pogba, but he is quite expensive, and we already have a good defence. So we have Niang, and who is very good, but I think he might be a little too expensive there for Niang, even though he is a very good player. Yeah, so even though Niang, yeah, okay, we're going to approach to buy him because he's only 17 and he looks like a really good player to me. So we're going to offer them 3 million plus Let's find a player that I don't really want. Leitner, no, he's going to be a good player. So we don't really want to get rid of anyone that's good, to be honest, because otherwise it's not going to be improving my squad either. Because if I get rid of someone that's good and bring in another person that's good, it's not going to improve my squad whatsoever unless I improve the position that they're playing in, which is very unlikely that I would improve the position. The way this episode looks like it's going to go into the half-an-hour mark. But anyway, the contract offer was then accepted for Luke Shaw, which we were happy to accept, and Luke Shaw was another player that had signed on to us. As you see there, we do get the player sold, and our new signing has arrived. The sizable price tag for Shaw, it just says for 2.8 million for a 17-year-old is quite a hefty price, to be honest. But I reckon his position is going to go up a hell of a lot. And the transfer offer was then accepted for Jerome Boateng, and we go in to offer him 75,000, and he will be a crucial first-team player at Borussia Dortmund. And we just go on to advance even more. And as you know from the Chelsea career mode, I like people making their debuts when I'm playing with them. So everyone that I've brought is not going to be playing in the friendlies. So the player has been sold as well there, and the transfer offer has been rejected. That because he has recently moved to the team. Oh shit! He was one player that I was really looking forward to buying. Because he looked like a very good player. And what we're going to now do, we're going to go on to and minimum attribute value. What's that? No, I don't want that. Estimated worth. So I want someone that's around about the 5 million mark, that can be any position but is under the age of 20. And I'm sorry, a fan has just started now, so you're going to hear that fan noise in the background. But I hope that doesn't put you off. And yeah, so here are a few players that look like they are quite reasonable players. There's Lass here, who looks like a very good player, and Lass is going to be a player that we are very interested in because he looks very good, and he's playing for Rayo Vallecano, and he is quite cheap. So we're going to go in for an offer there for 5.5 million. And we're going to go in and see if he accepts that offer there. We'll go down and see if there's any other players that look like they're reasonably good players that we could try and bring into the team. Kelvin there is another player that I am looking to bring in. So we'll go in to approach Porter to try and buy Kelvin again, or Kelvin. So there we go. We put in an offer for Kelvin as well. So if I get the chance, I think I am going to accept the offer for Kelvin instead of Lars, because Kelvin does play on the wing as well. So that will be a good position for me to improve for when the substitutes come off, and Kelvin might even be a player that gets regular team football. He might be one of those substitutes that might come on and change games. So our friendlies, we do have a hard friendly up against Manchester United further on down the line, and we're going into the 20-minute mark now. So this is one of the longest career mode videos I've done on the whole of my YouTube campaign, and I would like to say a huge thank you to all you guys, because I have actually hit 100 videos now. This my 100 videos is up now. So the contract offer was then accepted for this guy. Yep, he is. Yeah, Jerome Boateng. So Jerome Boateng has been accepted, and he has now come into the squad. And as you see there, we don't actually have enough money to buy Kelvin because of just buying that Jerome Boateng. But I'm just going to see if there's any new players in here that I've just brought in. Okay, so Shiva can go on. Because the thing is, I don't want any of these players getting injured. So they're the 3 players that I don't want to get injured, and they're the 3 players that... Yep. So we will then advance on to the friendlies here. And the reason why I have taken them off is because I have had instances before when they have got injured in the friendly games when I've been simming them, and they've gone out for about 3 or 4 months, and that has really, really bucked me up, to be honest. Because, yeah, and I don't know why I've just gone in to play that, because I don't want to play this game. I want to sim it, because I don't see any point in the friendlies. And I see that Helga Postiga does actually play for Saragossa, and Helga Postiga is a very good player. And we do then win that game 3-1 with a Blazkowski, Shiba and Leitner all scoring there, which was a very good result for us, to be honest, to get off our first game to win. Our transfer offer was then accepted for Kelvin, and we were happy that Kelvin was going to be part of my Borussia Dortmund team. And actually, the riot, it was unacceptable for Lass, but because the Kelvin offer was accepted, I'm not too bothered that Lass, we didn't lure him in from Rayo Vallecano. So I'm going to have to go into the budget allocation, and I'm going to have to move it and judge it around. And we do then get an offer for Gundogan, and I'm afraid we're going to have to reject that because Gundogan is a very, very good player, and he's only the age of 21, which is a player that we will be using a lot in this career mode, and hopefully will be one of our key players, and hopefully will be a key player to try and get us to that winning Borussia Dortmund team. So we do have 2 Premier League games then, or Premier League friendlies, one against Man United and one against Sunderland. The contract offer was then accepted for but as you see there, we cannot accept it because we need 4,800,000, so we need an extra million, which I'm very nervous about now because I don't believe that I'm going to be able to get that extra million here. 4,800,000. But yes, I can get it. So I will then go back into the transfer negotiations there, and as you see there, Kelvin to accept. We then accept the Kelvin offer, and Kelvin is one of our players at Borussia Dortmund. So I believe we have improved the squad humongously here, and because of improving the squad, I'm very happy that we have good players to bring on now, and good players to so they're going to be players that are going to be crucial to this team, and they will be they could be turn out to be first team players if they do really get on and they do try or if they show their great potential, then obviously they will be getting in the team. But we do have a very, very hard match up against Manchester United here at Old Trafford, and Subotic does come back to face this old club, and we do actually lose 2-0 there. But I'm not too bothered because I didn't play that. And because I didn't play that, I'm not bothered that we lost, because it's not really that important, the friendly. It doesn't really give you a boost to anything unless you really start playing them, and it just gives confirmation there that Kelvin has arrived at the squad. And because this episode is now running to 25 minutes, I'm running out of words to say, so I'm sorry about that, guys, but it isn't going to last that much longer now because we are going into the Sunderland game here. And this Sunderland game looks like a very... Sunderland are quite a hard team to beat in the Premier League. I have always struggled beating Sunderland. Sunderland and Stoke are the 2 teams that I struggle beating. And this is the last match we are going to sim because our next matches are then up in the league. And our first match in the league is against Werder Bremen, which will be a very, very hard game. And as you see there, we do win 3-1 there with a very good win. And Blazkowski with 2 goals there. So we are delighted about getting that win. So we got 2 wins out of 3. So we're coming to the end of this episode now. So please do not forget to like, comment and subscribe if you're new. and I hope to see you next time on whatever that episode might be. Bye bye.